My mic was muted.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, my mic was muted. Hi, folks. Welcome to Late Night Craft Talk. We started at 9:52. I've been doing this whole thing for like a minute, 2 minutes, and I went, "Oh, my mic is muted." Oh, duh. Anyway, so sorry about that. We're live right here. We're going down the freeway. We're speeding over to 10 o'clock right now. If that happens to look like the I-10 on a Thursday night being last night, that's just sheer coincidence, but we're speeding to 10 o'clock. And we've got our everybody's second or third favorite co-host, I don't know which, with us again tonight. Say hello, third or favorite co-host.
I thought I was the first favorite co-host.
Oh, that's only from the people you paid $1 each to.
Well, doesn't that count?
I don't know, but I know we've got a few viewers right now. It's stacking up. So let's see here. Let me know who you are, where you're from. We already got a comment. Let me take a look. It's Maya. El President Day of the Friday Ninja Monster Hunter Squad is on, everyone. Maya, we might or might not have a special surprise for you tonight. Okay, 6 minutes and 32 seconds to count down. We're speeding along. If you're wondering if we're driving really fast, that's because my mom is driving. Tell them what you used to do. Statute of limitations is up after a certain amount of years.
I drag raced, but I didn't drag race on the freeway.
No, where did you drag race? It was down in Pro Valley, wasn't it? It was what?
Said I drag raced, but it wasn't on a freeway because there weren't any freeways.
Well, what did you used to drive? What did you used to drive when you drag raced back in the day?
A 57 Ford Fairlane with a 61 T-Bird engine with a Holly 4-barrel on it.
And there's probably some guys watching the show going, dang, right now. Did you win?
About half the time, yeah. You just have to be just off the line.
Yeah, gotcha. And folks, just to tell you how small world it is, tell them who you may have raced. It's a member of the family.
James's oldest brother, Frank, married a woman named Cindy. Cindy's dad used to drag race out at the Holtville airstrip, the same place where I used to drag race. I don't recall ever knowing who he was, but it was just kind of interesting that after all these years, I find out that somebody I would meet and mean something to me a long time in the future was out there drag racing.
Yeah. So, well, a lot of you can say your moms were out there, planting flower gardens when they were young, or, plant flower gardens, or, sneaking look at the boys going tee hee hee. My mom was drag racing against her oldest son's father-in-law. So, yeah.
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 If I wasn't drag racing, I was moving cattle or driving a tractor.
Yeah. I'm wondering how much we should reveal of urban legend with you.
No, that's enough.
No, that's enough. We'll go with that.
All the rest of it's boring.
Not really.
No,
matter of fact, we got
in jail, so it was boring.
You never went in jail. We have a comment right here from Maya right here. It says, I remember back in my younger days, I used to do the illegal drag races. They were so much fun. Maya, you got an edge of badass in you. We knew you liked you for a reason.
Ours were at least legal. We actually had, the green light, red, green. And we used to, there's an old Air Force or Army or an airstrip out by a little podunk town called Holtville, and a whole bunch of people would get out there and we'd drag race on Sundays after church, of course.
Let's just say that your fan club's signing in. Take a look at the screen right now.
I need to read about Vicky's life. Wendy, there was only a few times it was interesting. Most of it was pretty mundane.
I don't know. There's still. I'll say this much, folks. There's still time that I want to nickname my mom Ricky Bobby.
Why is that?
You haven't seen Talladega Nights?
I need to watch that again.
Oh, we're going to watch that tomorrow night. It's Talladega Nights: The Legend of Ricky Bobby.
Okay.
Except you might be half as cool. Or I don't know. Who'd be more cool, Ricky Bobby or you? I don't know. I still like their little argument at the beginning of the show where they're talking about which is their favorite Jesus, baby Jesus or adult Jesus. That's where I got that from.
Okay.
That's one of those movies that's like never-ending quotable. But all right, 2 minutes and 30 seconds, folks, left. We have 3 special guests tonight, folks. One of them returning and 2 other guests. Tonight's show is about respiratory emergencies. It's part 4 of our first aid and home emergency series. We do about once a quarter, so every 3 months or every 3 or 4 months. And tonight we're doing that. Sabea's not here tonight because she is at San Manuel Powell at Cal State San Bernardino right now. Busy at that, one of the awesome or probably the most awesome powwow in Southern California. And so she's there. That's why we're doing it again. But she will be back next week. So will I. Lots of stuff to go over tonight. So we're doing our first aid series. Because, last time we did the first aid, Sabea fainted.
No.
Or may not have fainted.
No. She's a tough lady.
Oh, yes, she is. Okay. Maya, you put this on there. I'm sharing it. Mom, have you ever had this happen? Maya says one time the helicopter shined the light on us when we were scurrying away as the cops were breaking up the races. And oh boy, it was crazy.
No.
I did. Maya, you are a wild child.
The car I raced it needed a paint job and had a couple of cracked windows. I couldn't afford that, but I could, I put all my money into the motor.
Gotcha. So, we're 1 minute away. We're getting off the freeway.
I would be at a stoplight and some guys, would be there beside me and the light would turn green and I would hit the gas and leave them in the dust. Always shocked them. My car was
You still do that?
Well, at least I have a new car this time. It doesn't need a paint job.
Okay. Yep.
Matter of fact, you can see the shiny hood. I washed the car yesterday and you can see the shiny hood.
Which means it may rain at any time.
Yeah.
30 seconds, folks. We're up 20 seconds of countdown. We're off the freeway. We've taken the exit. We're getting off the off ramp to start the show. We're hurrying on to 10 o'clock. I didn't realize I could make that analogy till the show started tonight when I was filming this last night. Okay, 10 seconds to countdown. You ready for countdown?
Yes.
And we're going to show one of our guests. Here we go, folks. Before we start the countdown, we do have a little commercial for one of our sponsors tonight. 10, 8, 7, 6,
5,
4,
3,
2, 1. Here's our sponsor, folks.
1.
Here's tonight's sponsor.
Hi, I'm Earl, spokesman for Quarantino's fine products and software services this time. Do you find yourself going a couple weeks without a co-host because they decide to go off on some beach shop hop or powwow on business and you're left having to do the show without a co-host and you're desperate needing a lot of people tell you, heck no, you're weird? Well, I got a solution for you.
Quarantino's Internet Talk Show Digital Co-Host Services. Hi, I'm Digital Earl. I am a digital projection of Earl's mental self that has been scanned to create the ultimate Internet Talk Show digital co-host. With Quarantino's, you only get the best. Look, I got my fancy suit right here to look all professional for the Internet Talk Show, and I got my Earl cowboy hat and my luscious long boldy locks. I'm here flying along in my spaceship. Don't believe me? Look, I'm just traveling through space, your internet space with warp speed, and look, there's planet Earth right there. There's Earth. There it is. I am totally believable. Anyway, you don't think it's real, Earl? Look, I got arms. I can dance around. I can do the Macarena and accidentally just hit my VR helmet. But anyway, look, I can do all that. I'm all here, just flying along, doing the co-host thing. And look, I mean, here I am. Here's all. Quarantine of all software engineers. What'd you do with my legs? I got no legs. How am I supposed to walk around in space on my spaceship going on warp speed or go to the beach or play kickball or soccer or whatever? Yeah, I'm only half here. You guys only did half your job. What kind of crazy software internet crazy thing is this? You Quarantino software engineers, you better give me my legs. It's time for Late Night Craft Talk with hosts Savea Kamori Yang and James Hermes. Let's get the fun started. It's time to start the show. Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. We're here with, I got to remember it's 180 when we start pointing that way. Right here with the mom, right here. We've completely invaded the show tonight. Savea is not here again because Dancing Bear Indian Trader is at Samuel Powell this weekend. We'll be talking about that more in a few minutes. How you doing?
How am I doing?
Yeah.
Well,
I haven't talked to you like a minute
ago. How was I doing? I cooked dinner. I cleaned up the kitchen. Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Well, you were driving down that freeway real fast too, weren't you? Just get over here in time to start the show. We'll go with it.
I timed it perfectly, so I didn't have to speed much.
Yeah. Okay. Mach 5. All right. Sorry. I didn't mean you drive slow. That's what I think I was insinuating. All right, folks. Late Night Craft Talk. Let's do our little mission statement right quick. This is a show that we do every Friday night that is done collaboratively with Elk Rack Traders and Dancing Bear Indian Trader. We like to bring on our guests.
A substitute.
Or Quarantinos. Let me tell you, Digital Earl was freaking out too quick. We cannot bring him on. And folks, we had the offer to do it. My mom came on. Digital Earl would have been a third wheel. But if you watched the promo for the show earlier today, you got to see more of Digital Earl. And let's tell you, it was just very different. And we're doing it with the VR headset. One of these days I'll go in how I pulled that off. But it was weird but fun to record that earlier today. With that, okay, to finish the mission statement. Our guests are inspiring, the most dedicated to their craft, and also we take on conversations that you might do late night doing a craft talk, doing crafting talk with people, and we tackle those subjects and maybe have a little bit of fun, but not that much. Okay?
Oh,
matter of fact,
I don't want to be here if it's not going to be fun.
No, we are here to watch the grass grow. Absolutely.
But it's dark outside. How can you watch grass grow when it's dark outside?
More of your fan club. Hi, Mom.
Oh.
Kelly Jo Miller says, hey, Vicky.
Hello. Kelly Jo, hello.
And she says she does late night crafts and watches Late Night Craft Talk. Most excellent. Anyway, folks, if you're having fun on this, or you expect to, you will get what we call the Maya look. When Maya's late to the show, she gets this look. You ready? You know the Maya look, right? You get the Maya look. This is what Maya gets if she's late to the show. Don't be late to the show. With that, okay. We got a couple announcements to get going, and then we'll start the fun tonight. We got a few things here. Announcements from Dancing Bear. Again, they are at Samuel Powell this weekend. The Powell is at Cal State San Bernardino and takes place starting tonight. Right now, it's going on. They're probably in the grand entry or tonight's session, probably like an hour and a half. So, folks, if you're watching the show, don't rush over to Cal State San Bernardino. You still got Saturday and Sunday. But the Powell goes on tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, and Sunday afternoon. You got that chance to go see the coolness. And this is a really cool Powell. They bring out the best dancers, the best singers, the best MC, and a lot of the quality native vendors. They do a great job there. So it's something. With that, a couple of more announcements from Dancing Bear Indian Trader. They've got a fresh stock of 8-band straps and matching bows. So if you're looking for that, they will have them on stock. I believe, so they don't kill me when I say this, I believe they will have them at the Samuel Powwow. With that, they've also got freshly dyed tie-dye T-shirts if you're looking for some of those. I know a lot of you are. They've got them ranging from size to 3X. So you want to go big, you want to go small, they got the size that'll fit y'all. I just made that up. Isn't that clever? Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, yes. We're talking about employee.
Use that in your next college class and have your professor let you know about that.
You are in danger of your employee of the month status. I will tell the CEO.
To me because there's no money involved. Who cares?
Well, folks, we got a fun sketch regular for that for the October when we announce the employee of the month again. It might surprise some of you. And you have a cat again. Either. Which one is that, Taco?
That's Slate.
That's Slate. So yeah, folks, we're gonna be doing this while we're watching the crazy cat lady going with the cats, driving down the road at 120, racing cars.
Yeah.
All right.
I've only got that car up to 100 a couple times, and I've had it for almost a year.
And what car is that? Red Chevy? A Chevy Sonic? You've had up to 100?
I'm talking about the new car that I was driving on the freeway that you videoed, and I haven't had it a year. We'll discuss the red car at another time.
102 miles an hour. A Chevy Sonic. I got
trying to get away from the crazy people who were driving.
I'm just letting them know that
I'm just going to get ahead of them.
Who I'm working with and why I duck a lot. Tag me on the show. We'd announce employee of the month.
I stopped hitting you with the 2x4 with the nail in it a long time ago.
Yeah, you hit me in the head. That's why it's so hard-headed. And possibly Dame Bramage. Okay. One more announcement from Dancing Bear. They do have their beater. What? Okay. Well, there's a cat in the basket behind you.
Yes, there is.
You probably know that. One more announcement for Dancing Bear. They do have their bead retreat coming up on October 20th through the 22nd. That will be at the Hampton Inn in Oceanside. This is their 6th year hosting this event. And you will learn, they'll have beading class as well as open beading. That'll be all weekend. And this is their first time they'll actually have it at a hotel, not a campground, which means this event can go on rain or shine. Current price is $250. And the cost covers the cost of the classes, the beading projects, those open beading sessions. And the price will go up to, on September 30th, the price will go up to $275. So you want to take advantage of that early bird special right now and register early. And it will be at the Hampton Inn. They've been able to talk to the staff at Hampton Inn and got a rate of $209 per night, which is actually a good deal. And if you wanted to go do the bead retreat, you can register on Dancing Bear's website.
It's better than Motel 6.
A bit. Something about them $20 a night, $20 a night hotel. They ain't that cheap anymore, but kind of wish. Anyway, I remember getting a good place over in east of Denver one time back in the mid-90s, only $25 a night. Okay. With that, just do that. As if you call the Hampton Inn that's over in Carlsbad, let me finish. And you tell me you're with the Dancing Bear, the event for Dancing Bear Indian Trader, the bead retreat. You will get that cool rate, but remember, 209 is plus tax. With that, that's the announcements for Dancing Bear Indian Trader. What's the cat doing now? Wandering around. It's just like
he was walking. Well, first he was glowing because he was sniffing the lamp.
Well, you sometimes will have from Seville. We'll have Wicket and Princess Leia going around and like saying hi and getting the camera. Just so we don't miss Wicket, can you put the cat's butt in front of the camera?
You want to see that it's really a boy?
No. We'll go that way. Well, let's just wait for it to randomly happen.
I'm just going to leave him over there on the bed.
I figure we might have to have that Princess Leia or Wicket angle on this one. All right. One more thing. Announcements from Elk Rack Traders. Elk Rack Traders will be at will not be at Samuel Powell this weekend,
no,
obviously.
Will not.
No. But we will be at Poway Rodeo. 1 week from tonight starts Poway Rodeo. We'll be there. This will be our 25th year at Poway Rodeo, which is an amazing amount of time. So we've only missed like one rodeo for a crazy reason back in 06, but our 25th year at Poway Rodeo, we're right at the entrance. Come check it out. Looking for some classic rodeo action. Poway Rodeo, look for powayrodeo.com to get the tickets, and that is next weekend. All right. With that,
Friday night
a couple
show,
more things.
2 on Saturday.
Yep, Friday night, 2 on Saturday. You get packed tickets over at powayrodeo.com. It's a good community rodeo, folks. It's like solid, and it's the 50th year, so they're doing something right there. All right. We might have a story from one of the viewers. Kelly Jo Miller says, I've never gone over 140 with me driving anyway. I believe it with you. Kelly Jo's got the coolest stories. Totally. All right. I also said that we have a couple other guests tonight. We've already met Digital Earl. I don't know. We're going to bring him back again. He freaks out so quick. Just look at me. I don't have any legs. Space. All right. When we get to the portion of the show, we're going to be talking about CPR, Heimlich maneuver, a few other things. To that part, we have 2 guests with us tonight. And folks, I want to introduce you guys. Ready? Shake your head yes if you're ready. You're not ready? Is that a yes, Parker? We'll go with it. All right. Welcome to the show. We'll be talking a bit later. Welcome Parker and Asher Gonzalez. They're over there in the low resolution camera because the other webcam broke down on my laptop. The medical studio of Late Night Craft Talk. They're from Venture Crew 76 of the Boy Scouts of America. They're helping us tonight to demonstrate CPRs, the Heimlich maneuver, and some other first aid. We were talking earlier, they're going to do a knockout job. Let's just say that every time we need to just show something for first aid and demonstrate it, we bring in the Boy Scouts for a reason. A very good reason. With that, so we'll be talking to you guys here in a little while. Are you ready for it? The sound should be on. Is that, can I hear a yes or no? Can I hear a yes?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, good. Asher, Parker's the talkative one.
What? No, that's not true. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with him. He's probably broken, but you know.
Gotcha. Kelly Jo, let me know if I think you've already met these 2 guys. Let me know. All right, with that, we'll bring you guys back here in a little while. What's that? What was that?
I told Parker to push Asher's reset button.
Got it. We'll get it going. All right. We got a few more announcements. Powell Rodeo schedule coming up for the next couple months. Fun story, and then we go from there. All right, folks. With that, we have, just to finish up the schedule, we do this every few weeks. This weekend, Samuel Powwow coming up. Next weekend, come on, PowerPoint. There we go. Next weekend, Morongo Reservation, the Morongo Thunder and Lightning Powwow coming up September 22nd, 24th. That is Friday through Sunday. Incidentally, at the same weekend is also, okay. Is that the same weekend? Yep. The powwow, I don't know how to pronounce that word, powwow. My apologies to anyone from that reservation. But powwow up in Bishop, the same weekend, 22nd through the 24th. Lots of great stuff, but it's a lot of powwows in one weekend. It's a powwow weekend. Speaking of, is also the same weekend as Poway Rodeo, which incidentally is also not the only rodeo in Southern California. It's another one in San Bernardino. All right, with that, weekend after, September 30th through October 1st, is the Chumash Intertribal Powwow at Santa Ynez in California. That's a good one. That is just so neat. I've heard nothing great things. It's been a long time since I've been there, but that's a good one. Also coming up, Bulls Only Rodeo, Lakeside Rodeo Grounds. Elk Rack Traders will be there, which, by the way, to backtrack a little bit, Powwow and Bishop, Dancing Bear Indian Trader will be there. Elk Rack will not. Chumash Powwow, neither of us will be there, but Elk Rack will be at the Bulls Only Rodeo coming up October 13th and 14th. And the last one, 2023 Ridgecrest Powwow and Petroglyph Festival in the way northern Mojave Desert. Elk Rack Traders will be there. Dancing Bear will not. And that's kind of a fun one. It's a little personal for us because head woman dancer is Lisette Whitehorse. My mom has almost adopted Lisette. We've only known her since she was like 4. So cool stuff.
We've
that's
been
not
watching
on
her
the
dance.
flyer. What's that?
We've been watching her dance for a long time.
Known her since she was like 4 or 5, but long time. So
yeah,
that's what we got going on. With that, coming back. All right. Okay. couple more things on this one. Now, we mentioned Comet Nimishura last week, the comet that's really bright in the sky if you have the right camera in the right part of the world. We actually went out. We were going to go out on Sunday morning to try last weekend to see this comet. We couldn't. Oh, is Carol Ann Blackwood here? Hello, Carol Ann. I see that Kelly Joe has said howdy. Welcome. All right. So with that, we tried to see it, but of course, when we want to go see the comet, it's cloudy out. But Monday morning, and we only had there was only 2 good days to see it. We went out Monday morning at like 4 o'clock in the morning. We left our house at 3 in the morning. Drove out
30, left at 3. Yep.
Oh yeah, drove
70, I think 77 or 79 miles out, way beyond 29 Palms.
Yeah, we were about 20 miles east of 29 Palms, just where the Earth does this and drops off and proves the flat Earth theory. To go way out there amongst the darkest skies of Southern California, went out there, took some pictures, and just as a reminder for some folks, if you didn't catch last week's show, this is Comet Nimishura. There we go. This is Comet Nimishura, and it is a green comet. It is cool. It only comes around like every 400 years, 400 plus years. And with that,
437, I think.
437. This is where you can find it in the sky. Notice today's the 15th. And you can see where the corresponding dates are where it goes down. It is real low in the sky now. So we figured on the 10th we'd be able to see it just before twilight. No. Somewhere in this photo, this is where we took the photo, somewhere in there is that comet. We tried, but at least we got a glorious sunrise and we got some beautiful pictures with that. Got Orion right there in the sky that was just to the south of us. And they're a beautiful twilight shot with the moon and Venus in the shot.
Just before it got bright, we could see one arm of the Milky Way.
Oh, yeah, we got there early enough, but it comes up quick out there. Yes, Carol Ann, it is a cool comet. And we have official message from Carol Ann. Hello, Maya, James, Vicky, everyone. Happy Friday.
Yay! Yay
Thank you,
for
Carol Ann.
Friday.
Awesome stuff. Okay. With that, we're right on time here. Okay. We've done Comet Nimishura. Now we're going to get on to the meat of tonight's show. We're going to be talking about so many buttons here. Okay. This week's show is about respiratory emergencies. This is part 4 of our first aid series of home emergencies. And yeah, we're using our promos, the graphic for tonight. It totally works. So we're going to be going over a few things, but I want to emphasize that tonight's show, the information presented tonight's show is for entertainment purposes only. This is a legal thing we have to do. We're going to be showing some of the skills. Don't learn from us. Just see what you should learn from us and go on your own and explore these subjects that we do tonight. That's pretty important stuff.
Or a guideline.
Or guidelines. We're going to give you some stuff. Of course, we make it entertaining. We got some fun stuff planned with this. But we're going to go over 3 things tonight. Remember, take first aid classes. Learn this on your own. It is better than just taking it from the,
Internet.
me and my mom who drives a WARF of 10. So it kind
Better
of
than driving like you. You drive like an old woman.
I drive like an old woman. Look how I paddle a kayak. Cars cost a lot of money, but sometimes I just get that look at my face. So I'm going, and I got to do something stupid. Usually in a kayak or climbing or out hiking when I see that cliff and go it. I'm going to tell stories about that one night. All right. We're going to go over 3 things tonight. We're going to go over EpiPens for anaphylactic shock. So we're going to do that. We're going to talk about choking and how that leads into CPR. It's amazing how some people see choking as separate from CPR, but one leads to the other in extreme situations. So with that, we're going to talk about, what's that?
I said it can't happen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I went to school for that. Golly smart. Rolled out eyes. When you point that finger, don't make it look like a gun just because I'm talking like that again.
I didn't do this.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't you? No.
No trigger. Just
Don't do it. You did it.
No trigger.
You went there. Okay, we have something full. I don't know what Kelly Jo, why did you say Beatimus? Because we have a response from Wendy that says that's a truck's name, Kelly Jo.
Ah,
I want to know why you said Beatimus. Is that from like, I forget if that's from like a movie or something. Yes, definitely LOL. With that, all right. First thing we can talk about is EpiPen. So let me bring up that slide. We have some cool stuff tonight. We start with that one. Okay. EpiPen. And there's a reason to use that. Now, Epi is actually short for epinephrine. It is, and I've got, let me just look here. Okay. This is something that is used as a medication in emergencies to treat someone with a very serious allergic reaction to insect stings, bites, food allergies, drugs, or other substances they're going to have a severe reaction to. What they may also have a reaction to is, things like peanut allergies where it closes the airway. A lot of bug stings like bee stings will close the airway. And so, getting a slide up here. Okay. They'll do that, especially it's bad if they're having a bad allergic reaction if they get stung by a peanut bee. No nothing? Nothing?
it's so bad that what can you say?
Do you have a drum and a cymbal with you?
No, I don't allow those in my room.
Okay, what about a chocolate covered peanut bee stinger for some zing like habaneros?
If they remove the stinger, it might be tasty.
I don't know, but it's like a trifecta of whoopsies right there to cause anaphylactic reaction. Okay, with that, EpiPen is, if you don't know what the EpiPen is, we showed a picture of it here just a minute ago. And it's actually an auto-injector that contains epinephrine, a medication that can help decrease your body's allergic reaction by relaxing the muscles in your airways to make breathing easier. It helps reverse the rigid and dangerous decrease in blood pressure. So epinephrine is actually also known as adrenaline. It is actually what's called is a vasoconstrictor. It's a vasoconstrictor. I'm playing with the brain here. Vasoconstrictor. So it causes that, and it's what doctors will use to up your blood pressure and your heartbeat, and it does that. That's why you have that. And mind you, I want to get this out of the way now that if you ever in a situation where you have somebody that has an EpiPen and you have to inject it with them, don't just borrow somebody's if it's a child. There are adult level and child level EpiPens. They have different dosages for a reason. Don't too much in a child is going to be bad thing. And
does it have instructions on where to give them the shot with the EpiPen?
Matter of fact, we have directions right here. I'm looking over my notes right here to see if there's anything I need to cover on this one. Okay. It'll raise heart and blood pressure. So EpiPens, you're going to see reactions within a few minutes. But let me go ahead and share a slide about this. With an EpiPen, we have right here, step one is lay the person flat and keep them calm. If they start going, I can't breathe, you don't want to super react right now. You want to lay them down, create a controlled situation. They're not going to die in the next 10 seconds. You want to be calm about this. The worst thing you can do is a rush and panic. Because if you panic, they'll panic. And one reflects the other. Number two on the step is when someone is experiencing anaphylaxis, which is an allergic reaction in one or two or more of the body systems is anaphylaxis. That's called dang, that ain't good. So if breathing is difficult, help them sit up, but they should not stand or walk. And there's a reason, because too much blood pressure, too much blood flowing. You want to keep in a relaxed position. Take their EpiPen, and a lot of times, and let me go back and show a picture of the EpiPen right quick. That's the EpiPen. There'll be directions that are very, very easy to use on it. You saw a little bit. Matter of fact, there's a lot of pictures, which means even somebody like me could use it.
You can read pictures?
Can you practice the drum and cymbals for me at some point? This is not employee of the month material.
Pay me enough. I don't get paid enough for that.
I gave you a free trip to Palm Springs last night.
Yeah, but I had to work. You always make me help carry stuff and take it out of the car and put it back in a car.
Hey, this is a free country and you got a choice. Thank you, Mommy. All right.
I only
When you
go
get the
to see the
EpiPen-
weird people.
This is when we're talking now. It's normal how we talk, even off the camera. There's no difference. We had customers at Palm Springs last night, and even a Barona powwow a couple weeks ago, saying, "You two are entertaining." It's just you two like are mock fighting all the time. So, with that, step 3, you want to, if they have the EpiPen, get it. Make sure it is for the person it is prescribed for. If the person's carrying around, or if you have it carrying around, always check the date on it. These things only have so much of a shelf life, and make sure that the make a fist way around the middle of the EpiPen, keeping your fingers and thumb away from either end. And then when you hold on the EpiPen, it's blue in the sky, it's blue to the sky, and orange on the thigh. I love medical acronyms. Anyway, pull off the safety release at the end, and practice with these things. There's actually some that are automated. That when you remove a cap, there'll be a little voice that says, "Do this, do that." And it sounds like Mr. Movie Phone sometimes with that voice. I swear it's got to be Mr. Movie Phone. Anyway, step 5, place the orange end firmly against the middle of the outer thigh. You can see it right there in the photo, folks. Let me try to see if I can zoom in on that. Nope, it won't. Nope. I love it when this thing does that. We're totally advancing the wrong slides the wrong direction. There we go. Anyway, put it in there and only put it there for 3 seconds. That's all it should take. And a good epinephrine should work within 5 minutes. Sometimes you will see people, depending on the individual and their body mass, you might see a change in them within a minute. That's rare, but it usually takes a couple minutes to get this to happen. So anyway, put it in. And when you remove the EpiPen, the orange end will extend over the needle, put the EpiPen to one side. And then this does say 000, but I actually got this from the Australian Health Association for the government. Don't dial 000, dial 911. But all the information is accurate wherever you're at in the world. Australians do a good job, but let's just say don't dial 000, dial 911 with that. Okay. With that, all right. So we covered EpiPen. If anybody, viewers, you want to have a question about this, we want to touch on that because that's one of those areas that are the 3 most common that you will run across these days with the respiratory emergency. Anything you want to add to that part with EpiPen?
Nope, I haven't
had
to use one, but we always get to play with them at first aid classes.
Yep, sometimes helping train. I've had to administer one once, probably 8-10 years ago. And you go over and you stick it in the guy. Sometimes you want to get like dramatic about it because you want to do your movie buff thing and go, "I'll take this now," and be like Nicolas Cage in the movie The Rock, which is just so accurate with their epinephrine that will stop biological weapons from affecting your heart and making you like spit your guts out. What happened?
I was getting an echo because I was getting an echo because the cat opened the door.
Got it. It's going to happen. All right.
Didn't open the door. Turn the doorknob. The door just wasn't closed all the way.
Got it.
My cats are smart, but they're not that smart.
Well, they did my taxes. Should I be worried?
Which one? Was it a group effort?
Violet, Whitefoot, and Red. Those are 3 of the cats' names, folks.
Well, let's just say that the tax guy will probably have somebody call 911 because he'll not be able to breathe. He'll be laughing so hard when he falls off his chair.
Well, I had to do it from a friend's horse because the horse was just go over and just take forever counting, going, "Okay, how much do I owe?" And they'll start going like that and running its hoof right there on the ground. And it's like, this takes so long. I'm going to go with the cats. But you need to get the strum and cymbals for me at some point, please. All right. Should we go on to the next one? Let's go into choking. Let's go into choking. Now, folks, we're going to go into choking and how to treat that and CPR. And I'm going to set a scenario for you. What I'd like you to think, is use your imagination, think hard, use your mind's eye, and imagine this situation. Just walking along, minding my own business one day, and then all of a sudden I'm just startled when all of a sudden what jumped out at me was a ninja wearing a red bandana and sunglasses, and he put his two fingers out and he gave me the Kung Fu two-finger death punch. And I got the two-finger death punch as I was eating a hot dog, and I started choking, and I fell on the ground, and then I just hit the ground hard, and I couldn't breathe or anything. My airway was obstructed. So at that point, when you fall down, because that was me falling down and right there with my stunt double, Mr. CPR dummy. No smart quips with the dummy word.
That
you
would
are
be too
so
easy.
well composed to keep your mouth going. If you can't say something nice,
don't say nothing, because you
Don't
know
say
where I
nothing.
sleep.
All right. So in case you do have a situation where you do have the a stranger jump out and do the Kung Fu two-finger death punch to you like that, and while you're eating a hot dog, that can get stuck in your airway. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you a quick slide, talk what to do, and then we're going to use Asher and Parker going to demonstrate the Heimlich maneuver, what y'all do. So with that, what we have here is if the person, they're choking on the hot dog after the Kung Fu two-finger death punch, they're conscious and they're choking. Typically, the international sign that someone is choking that just happens automatically is this. Or I got my mom mad. Either way, this is the sign as the person will grasp their throat when they start choking. Don't do that. You're freaking me out. Don't do that. Okay. Thank you for
I'm not in the room behind you, so you're safe.
Gotcha. Now, if they cannot cough, speak, or breathe, because sometimes somebody may get up, kind of happens sometimes. They may not be holding themselves. Most of the time they're going to be holding their throat. But if they can't do that, they cannot breathe. There's no air getting down the trachea, and which is the airway. I'm not talking about esophagus. It's something different, though they parallel each other. What you want to do is give 5 black blows and then 5 abdominal thrusts. It is as pictured right here. But also, after checking the scene for safety, this is something I forgot to emphasize, checking the scene for safety and the injured person ill, and checking the ill or injured person to make sure that they are choking, call 911, first thing you do. Then you give the back blows and repeat steps 1 and 2 until either one, the object is forced out. And sometimes if there's a food stuck in the upper airway, that sucker will go out like a missile. It'll go boom. Yeah. It hit the cymbal, go ting. I've seen it happen. It's something. And also, if there's the person can cough forcefully or breathe. If they can kind of breathe, it's a partial block. At that point, they can probably cough, and what the coughing is a reflex reaction to help force that object out of the airway and out the mouth. So if they can kind of cough, they can kind of breathe, they don't need the abdominal thrust. Let them cough to get it out. And also with that slide is if the person becomes unconscious, that's where we start going on to CPR. Carefully lower the person to the ground and begin CPR. If you're trained, starting with the compressions and make a call to 911. We'll cover that in a few minutes. But right now, we want to bring in our guests, Asher and Parker. We're going to ask these two to demonstrate the Heimlich maneuver. We were talking about this earlier. You guys ready?
Yes, not ready.
Okay, well, let's wait a second. All right. If you guys want to stand up, if you want to, go ahead and tilt the camera a little bit if you want to. All right. So they're right there in the medical studios of Late Night Craft Talk. And they're going to go ahead and they're going to show how to do the Heimlich maneuver, beginning with the back blows and then the abdominal thrust. Who wants to demonstrate to who?
I want to do the Parker.
Okay.
Oh, Parker.
Okay. So, no, you want to do the back thrust first. So show the back thrust.
Sorry, laying down right after.
There you go.
It looks wrong. Okay. No. Go like this. You're not going to hurt Parker. Parker will do it right. Parker, you want to try it on Asher?
Sure.
Show him the right way.
Show him the right way. Kick his butt. You got to go boom, boom, boom. Here you go. Give those back thrusts. You're getting it there. And you do 5 back thrusts right there. And then here comes the fun part, the abdominal thrust. Show how you position your hand with the thumb inward. Right underneath the rib cage, and you go up.
right here.
Make Asher cry.
Don't make him throw up in the dining room, though, please.
Okay.
All right. So Asher, you want to demonstrate the thrust on Parker?
Yes.
Because I know you've been looking forward to this. All right. Show how you do your thumbs. Show how you do your thumbs.
So you want your thumb in?
Boom. Right.
In this way, so it goes underneath the rib cage.
Yep.
Well, up.
And go up. And at some point, Parker will spit out that hot dog or a pizza. Either way, don't eat it. Parker, don't.
I gave him pumpkin cookies. I don't spit those up.
No, those are expensive. We got some pumpkin cookies.
Well, they're
right
not
there
expensive,
by
but
your,
they're good. We don't want to waste them.
Yeah. All right. So thank you guys for demonstrating that for us. God, I always depend on the Boy Scouts. We're going to go and move on to CPR. So I'm going to talk about that. Then we're going to go into that part. And you guys, should I position the phone, or do you guys want to grab the phone and position it?
Oh, we can grab it.
Okay. And remember to mute the laptop too as you grab that. I'll be a few minutes. Okay, folks. Now we're going to take that and we're going to go on to CPR. Now, if the person is choking on that, and the food doesn't come up, and as we mentioned on the directions that they may go limp, leave them carefully on the ground, and then you begin chest compressions. You're not going to do the, breathing into their mouth thing because the airway's blocked. It's useless. So you want to begin the chest compressions immediately. Now, I've got a continuation slide that's kind of like part 2 to this. Is we're going to talk about chest compressions, and sometimes they're just having there's other reasons why they're going to require CPR. It's not always, but fairly common. It's going to be the blocked airway. And with that, we have a neat slide to show you right quick. And let me get up. There we go. Okay. Now for CPR, first thing you want to do is call 911. If you're by yourself, you call 911. Then you go over and you want to check the patient. These are the chest compressions, but first thing you want to do is you want to check to make sure. Okay, looking at this. Yeah, this isn't covered on this slide. You want to first make sure, and let me take that down to cover this. We'll come back to it. Check the person's, you call 911, then you go over and you check their, you check to see if they're okay. You go, sir, are you okay? And we'll be showing that. Parker and Asher will be showing how to do that. You go, okay, shake them, going like, hey, you okay? Check their breathing. Check for rise and fall of their chest. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes, cool. Chime in if you got anything to add on this part, because you smarter than me. Because you put a lot of people in the hospital. Wait, it's supposed to go like that, isn't it?
I just took their blood and
You're a vampire?
x-rayed them. Yes.
Okay. Got it. We do have a suggestion from one of the audience members, Joe Miller.
One time.
What's that?
I had to remove a bat at the doctor's office one time.
Okay, at the end of the show, you're going to tell that story. With that, we do have a comment from Kelly Joe Miller. Says, shake them by the ankles. Does that work for getting rid of food out of the stomach or checking if someone's breathing?
Do you have them stand up or lay down, Kelly, whenever you shake their ankles?
Yeah, we're going to have to find that out right there. Okay. With that, check their airway, check their breathing. And from there, if they are not breathing, and matter of fact, you can have a heartbeat and still need CPR. The heart is beating irregularly, and that's actually called ventricular fibrillation. And we'll be going over that in a few minutes. But check their check their breathing. If it's not, you give CPR. And the purpose of CPR is to maintain blood flow. If the heart's not pumping correctly, sometimes it's not pumping. You are trying to get it going. And what you're doing is you're moving the heart to maintain airflow and blowing so that you can maintain
not airflow, blood flow.
Blood flow. You can maintain blood flow. Thank you. And you're blowing air in to help oxygen to spread and to keep, through the, I forget the word right quick. I'll remember it like when it's too late. But to basically keep blood flow going, keep oxygen going to the vital organs, to keep some kind of base, especially the brain, so this person goes. I think you can only live 6 minutes before you get brain damage? Without
Something
O2?
like that. 3 to 6 minutes.
3 to 6 minutes. So in the brain starts dying after only a few minutes, there's going to be effects. So that's why you maintain. That's the purpose of CPR. As far as the steps that you do, we go over with. Where'd the mouse cursor go? Seriously. Oh, here it is. It gets lost against this big screen sometimes. With that, we go back to the slide. Now, you want to give chest compressions. Push hard, push fast, push in the middle of the chest, right at the bottom of the sternum. And you want to maintain compressions of 100 to 120 compressions per minute, pushing down 2 inches. Now, mind you, folks, we're actually going to be only talking about adult CPR and doing that. It's different for children. It's different for infants and neonates. Neonates are newborns. It's going to be different. We're not going to teach that tonight. Remember, we're only here for information. Learn on your own on this one. It's so important. I want to get that disclaimer right there. All right, give chest compressions. Give 2 rescue breaths right there as you see. And you do not stop until you find an obvious sign of life, such as breathing. And we're going to touch on an AED.
Regaining consciousness.
And regaining consciousness. Do not stop unless another trained responder or EMS, like an EMT or a paramedic, take over. Or, and folks, don't feel guilty about this. You are too exhausted to continue. I know you want to save the life, but if you're too exhausted, you're not doing yourself any favors. Or the scene becomes unsafe. That's a big thing.
It is very, very hard work to do that if you're doing the compressions properly.
Oh, yeah. One thing I like to emphasize is that when we took for the EMT class, they had us practicing. We do what's called BLS, basic life support, which is considered advanced or professional level CPR, which is going to be a lot more than you're going to get in your general Red Cross class or whatnot, a lot more. And they would have us going for 10 minutes, switching teams, doing 2-person CPR, and it wears you out fast. After 10 minutes, you're like, I'm done. Quit torturing. It wears you out, as my mom said. So if there's anything else to cover on this slide, what we do have is when an AED becomes available, use it immediately. AED is what's called an automatic external defibrillator. We'll touch on that in a sec. If breaths do not make chest rise, retilt the head and give another rescue breath. We're going to be showing that in a minute. Other part is if the chest still does not rise, continue CPR, but open the mouth and look for and remove any object with the finger. That is called a blocked airway, or, getting something out of the finger that's a blocked airway. You could have the tongue could fall back. You could have a piece of food lodged just the right way at the base of the back of the mouth. Or if you are able to dislodge food and they're unconscious and don't have a gag reflex, stick your finger in there, quickly get that thing out. Or if you have a safe way to do it, to maintain that airway, because they could get up, start coughing, and then it goes down the throat, and then you're back to square one. So I think we covered a lot of stuff with the CPR. To quickly cover what an AED did, how do you say that? AED?
AED.
How do you spell AED?
I don't know. I'll look it up on the internet.
You can believe everything you read on the internet.
That's right.
Like right now. Got it. Okay. This is an AED, automatic external defibrillator. What this does is, as you've seen, if you've seen the TV shows, they go, stand back, shock, you Mr. Shock, everybody clear, boom. This is one of those, but consumer level, not something you find in a hospital or an ambulance. And what these do is a defibrillator these are medical devices that delivers a therapeutic dose of electrical energy to the heart muscle. Most people think an AED shocks the heart, causing the heart to beat normally. In reality, what it is defibrillation actually shocks the heart to stop it, so that the natural pacemaker of the heart can hopefully reset. So the heart may be sputtering, and this shocks the heart into a regular rhythm. Is what it does. And CPR and AED training are two separate things. Two separate steps in saving a life of someone from cardiac arrest. Now, here it is. CPR is a procedure to keep the blood pumping when the heart stops, while an AED is a machine that will get the heart started again after it stops or is quivering. So that's the major difference we wanted to touch on with that. So we've kind of gone over those. Let me see if there's something else I need to see here. Nope. Okay. Now we're going to bring back Parker and Asher. We're going to demonstrate CPR. You guys ready? Okay. Can you hear me okay? All right. Can you shake your head? Yes, you can hear me. Okay, cool. Can you guys talk at all?
Yes, we're ready.
All right, we got it. Okay. So they've got the position. What we have right here. Let's tilt it down a little bit because we need to see the dummy. There we go. There's my bro. There's my stunt double. Right there. When you guys are bending down doing your thing, we'll be able to see on the camera. It's kind of weird. If you want to, go ahead and just pull it back about a foot toward the door.
Toward the back door.
That way we get you guys full body in the shot. Asher, pull the dummy toward you.
I'll pull the dummy toward you.
There you go. Okay, now you're in a good position. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to show single person CPR, and let's say the person's collapsed on the ground. Asher, what the first thing you do is you go up and you see if they're okay. You see if they require help.
Are you okay?
They don't need help?
He's not okay.
Okay, he's not okay. Now remember, you can actually take your finger and go like that to check it to force a pain response. Oh, no, dude. You got to poke him like you're going to hurt him.
He's missing a few limbs.
Yeah, well, it's our budget for the show. We could only afford half the guest. So you're right there. He's not doing all right. So you've done that. Now, one thing, folks, we're going to put a disclaimer on there. A lot of the modern CPR classes aren't teaching to go, well, they're asking you to have what's called a barrier because there's so many weird diseases out there that you have what's called a barrier. That's what Asher's actually showing right now. It's called a CPR mask or a pocket mask. And you can get these that are the size of a credit card that'll pop out. This is a big one that's professional level. And what he does is you create the barrier right there because so you can give the breaths, you're putting your saliva into the patient or exchanging any kind of salival contacts. So you don't have any weird diseases like space cooties or Jamesonitis. And so you use that. Not everybody's going to carry those around, but it's a good idea to have some in your car, your purse, your backpack, just in case. So we got that. Now, Asher, you want to go ahead and demonstrate to give 2 rescue breaths? But first, we want to do the head tilt chin lift. See what he's doing there, folks? Is what he's doing is he's backing the head to open the airway of the throat. So if you got a big Adam's apple or something like that, it's not going to block that airway. So he does the head tilt chin lift, and he does 2 rescue breaths. Just one, 2, quick breath. Just like that. It's good. 2 rescue breaths, and then he's going to look out and he's going to find the bottom of the sternum and he's going to give the compressions. You open up, he did exactly right there. You open it up, feel the bottom, and then you give the compression. Show your hands how you're supposed to do that. Excellent, dude. Okay, he goes over and let's see the chest compressions. Call them out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
10. He's counting them out. So remember, folks, you do a compression rate of 30 compressions to 2 breaths. So when he gets to 30, he's going to give 2 rescue breaths with the head tilt chin lift.
Yeah.
We should be getting there. Head tilt chin lift.
That's it.
It's a little overwhelming, folks. It's a little overwhelming to have this and have directions called out. Believe me, he knows what he's doing. It's just a little different when you're on the video. So he's doing the compressions right there. Now, you keep on doing this until until you're replaced by another person with no CPR, EMS arrives, or you just get too damn tired, or the person's breathing. Yeah. So it continues that, and it tires you out quick. How you feeling, Asher? Are you getting tired?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're good? But can you see how it tires you out after a while? I'll assume that's a yes. Okay, got it. I know it sounds a little bit of an issue out there right now. If you want to, go ahead and turn up we should hear me through the laptop. If you want to turn up the phone, but we'll go with it. Anyway, so in case you do have a second person that can help you, we go into 2-person CPR, where we bring in the great Parker. And we're going to demonstrate 2-person CPR right here, if you're lucky enough. Now, what you can do is if you have 2 people, you can have one person call 911, not 000 unless you're in Australia, but 911. And you can start the air breaths and start the compressions, and the second person can come over and take over. So let's go ahead and show you guys one person maintaining the airway and the other doing the compressions. Remember, keep it up. Let's go. Oh, you always want the Boy Scouts around. They'll save your butt, let me tell you. And that's a lot of truth to that, actually. So he's maintaining 30 compressions. When he gets to 30 compressions, Asher will go down and give 2 rescue breaths. 1, 2. And they'll actually call it out, and then gives the 2 breaths, and then the compressions. Now, typically 2-person CPR, you're actually going to continue this for what's called 5 cycles. They just did 1 cycle, or 2 minutes. And at that 2 minutes, they'll switch. You want to take less than 5 seconds to switch to do that. But you can see that's how they do it. Now, you guys are knocking it out. You guys are doing great. I wish I was a Boy Scout leader. Where's the drum and cymbals? Okay, whatever. Thank you. Cool. You did a great job showing that. Is there anything you want to point out to us? Tell you what, you're done with there. Go ahead and go back to the laptop, and I'll bring you guys on the feed on there.
This is the best I can do for a cymbal.
All right, perfect. Is there
And
anything
drum
you
at
guys
the
want
same
to add?
time.
Anything you guys want to add about you're the guys doing it?
I don't know. I guess you can see how it gets tiring after a while, you know.
Oh, definitely. I think my mom earlier said that people that work in nursing homes, the staff there, are the most experienced at CPR. And, well, it looks like Wendy just joined in the band. I'm just looking at that comment. But thank you, Wendy. You're such a friend of me. Love you. Okay. With that, when you do that, and remember, folks, if you do that, as you guys were talking earlier, which cat is that?
Looks like red.
Looks like it's red. Got it. You guys froze for a second. At my house, you can't swing a cat without hitting a cat. I'm not going to try that either. Lovely kitties.
And now I'm trying to tame another one.
Are you seriously?
No, not right now. I mean, we have.
No, my mom is.
Ago, but not anymore.
Yeah, that little white cat, the white and gold yellow cat. I just want to tame it enough to catch it and take it and get it fixed so it won't have babies.
Okay, because as long as we don't end up with another cat.
No, it's not going to be a house cat. No way. In God's name.
Goodness. All right, you stereotype white women. That part. If there was a grizzly bear going down the street, you would be feeding it and have a bonnet and a baby carriage.
It depends on the size. I don't have any baby carriages. We'd have to just put it on a furniture mover.
And you know what? We know you enough.
We need a wagon.
I've seen my mom walk up to a bull and go scratching on its head. A bull that will charge you, that wants to stomp you, and she goes over. She's scratching on its head, and it's
only
just
some
there.
Bulls. There's some that don't like that and they chase you.
Yeah. Let's just say that there's you would have a field day at Yellowstone. You've been to Yellowstone. I don't think Yellowstone's recovered yet.
I'm smart enough not to get out of my car. Those animals, no.
I don't know.
We did have a steer one time that had a bad leg, and so he wouldn't move when we moved the other cattle. So my dad would rope him and take a dolly on the horse, and I'd go up and smack the steer's nose, and then he'd chase me, and I'd run, to the end of the rope. But sometimes my dad let the horse take a couple steps, and so I'd get butted and knocked down, and I have to get up and do it. That's how we moved him, just the length of the rope to get him out of the field.
I just got to break out a recorder and just have you tell stories and play that as like 3 shows. The show's getting kind of boring. With like, quick stories from my mom. Can I say it? What you used to do?
I don't know.
Arm wrestling?
Which one?
Arm wrestling?
I don't care.
All right, folks. This is a real story. This really happened. My mom used to arm wrestle guys for beers in a bar. I am not kidding.
And I
And
usually
she
won.
Huh?
I just laughed. It was demeaning sometimes to some of those poor guys.
Yeah, and this happened regularly. We're talking like this is like 1980.
No, it wasn't every day. It was like once or twice a week.
Yeah, in the early 1980s, around 1980, she would go in because she's working with a lot of horses like that, cleaning hooves and stuff, and she'd go in and arm wrestle guys for beer. So, yeah,
I couldn't
that's my
afford to
mom.
buy one for myself, and if I lost, I couldn't buy one for them either, so I'd be in real trouble. So I had to win.
You know, it's not. We're talking about medical
Self-preservation.
emergencies, and now we're talking a family-friendly show, and we're talking about how my mom used to arm wrestle guys. So, Asher, find out what
I
badass
didn't
things your
hurt
mom
any
did.
of them. None of them ever had to have CPR.
She broke my dad's nose once. All right, okay.
I lost
Like
the
I
rest
said,
of
urban
them.
legends. I will never let them die. All right, we're at 10:58. It's almost the end of the show. You guys, been fun. We've gone over some good information, folks. Remember, we have just barely scratched the surface on this. We covered the main points. CPR classes typically take a day. They run you a bit of money. Is it worth it?
Yes.
Somebody whose life you're going to save, we're going to say yes. And that's a big thing. Learn about the chokes. Learn about how to do CPR or Heimlich maneuver on children, babies. It's all different with them. Learn about these other parts. I strongly encourage you to take, if you don't know, even if you think you know, take a basic first aid class. You can take it at online, local community college. Red Cross will offer it. Take a CPR class from the local American Heart Association or Red Cross. It's really important, and it's another way you can help be excellent to each other. With that, let's see if we got any viewer comments to take a look. I'm going to scroll from the newest to from the latest to the earlier in the show. I have personal stories for all these you've gone over except the AED. Yes, Kelly Jo, you would. And she also says, I won a cowboy hat that way once.
Did it fit? Was it the right size?
You arm wrestled the guy, got his cowboy hat. Oh, Asher Parker, I'm sorry. We don't want to be making it sound like it's last call right now, or it'll get close to 2 a.m. in a bar. That means the bar's about to close. With that, we have right here from Maya, who recently took a CPR class. 30 compressions or presses and 2 breaths. Got it. I would be exhausted. Lol, I have a PAH, so the EMTs better come quick. Yeah, understood. So even Kelly Jo Miller says it's exhausting even with 2-man CPR. Indeed it is, as we've all seen a little bit tonight from these 2 young men. And these 2 are fit. Parker lifts weights. He can like deadlift 350 pounds. And Asher plays in water polo and can lift.
That takes a lot.
7 pounds.
7
whole pounds. Wait,
7 whole pounds.
7 whole pounds.
Is that the weight of the cheeseburger?
No,
No,
that's like 8 pounds. When it comes to food, I can lift a lot.
Oh, you still have the empty legs? That means hollow legs, which means you can just fill those full of food. They pack it away, folks.
If it's too heavy to lift, cut it in half, and then you can eat it half at a time.
Got it. All right, so I'm looking around. We have one little piece of business, and it's 11 o'clock. It's time to end. Now, folks, during the show last week, somebody said today's going to be their birthday. It so happens to be that and I'm looking for the video file, our El Presidente of the Friday Ninja Monster Hunter Squad, our own Maya, today's her birthday. So, Maya, we actually brought back in. They debuted like a month and a half, 2 months ago. They debuted the Late Night Craft Talk Hip Hop Country Dancers. And we brought them back. Folks, welcome to Late Night Craft Talk. Our last guest tonight. We've had a lot tonight. Welcome the Late Night Craft Talk Dancers. Hip Hop Dancers. Here we go. Happy birthday, Maya, with our dancers. There they are. dancing right there all the way from early 1990s. Dancing that hip hop with the birthday. And, oh, look who jumped in. John Travolta. It is Pulp Fiction John Travolta before that sucky movie Gotti. And we have him coming in. John, go ahead and drop. Oh my God, look at that. It's Mecha Godzilla dancing. He's coming for his birthday. This is cool. And then we got a dancing stormtrooper. Look at that. Country hip hop dancers, John Travolta's dancing Mecha Godzilla and a stormtrooper. They're great. And they keep dancing. And dancing. Maya, happy birthday. Thank you, Presidente, for being our leader of our viewers on Friday nights in the party. And they're still dancing. Who wants to tell them to stop dancing?
Where's the transformer?
I don't know. They keep going.
Where's the transformer?
I don't know.
I want the transformer
Okay,
to
it's
dance.
over. It's over. They're still dancing. John Travolta, give it up. All right. All right. With that, see if we get any closer business from this. We got a lot of happy birthday Mayas from Wendy Hodge and Kelly Jo Miller and several others right there. Right there. And then Carol Ann. Love you, Carol Ann. Thank you very much for the message. Thank you, James, Vicky, and guys, for tonight's show. Have a great weekend, everyone. And folks, if you got a chance, check out Samuel Powwow or Powway Rodeo next weekend. All awesome stuff. And a message from message from our president. Oh, thank you. Had to celebrate my special day with our late night craft talk family. Awesomeness. So, folks, there we go. Okay, folks. Big round of thank you to Asher and Parker for joining us tonight from Crew 76. There's a cat behind my mom.
Yes,
Right
thank you, thank you.
Is that one Taco?
That's Taco.
Yeah, I thought so.
That's
With
Taco.
that, and big thank yous guys for coming on, from me, from the cat, apparently, and maybe my mom. It depends how fast she drives.
Definitely you.
And everybody have a great weekend. Let me bring it up. Next week's show, Savea and I will be on the show. We'll be back right here. I'm going to go ahead and say it is pre-recorded because she'll be over at the Powell and Bishop. I will be at Poway Rodeo. We're pre-recording next week's show, but going to be a lot of fun. And remember, we're only a couple weeks from our October shows, our build-up throughout the month of October to our Halloween special. We've been planning this for months. We're going to have some cool stuff, and I can't wait to take another tour of the Halloween decorations at Low, Party City, and Home Depot. I love that giant demon thing. So with that, this has been this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. Let me get that video going. I got to look for the closing video thing. And it's always hard to find. And there it is. Okay, folks. Thank you for watching. It's been Late Night Craft Talk. Here's the close, guys. That and or I'll not let you kayak. Young man of
You guys
America.
should dance too.
There, Parker's the party animal. That's your believer. With that,
Asher only knows how to swim.
you just
Oh, ain't he cute?
Good night, folks. See you next week. Been awesome.